Good morning. It is time for my Pathways Through Grief reading. I haven't done one of these in a bit. It is the Heal and Hold reading. And what we're doing today for healing is journaling. And this is letting your thoughts spill out without editing things. So this is free form writing and just doing what you need to do to get information out of you, whether it be paper or artwork. For me, I don't like writing. I find I get blocked really quickly. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think about. I end up vlogging doing this. So I end up talking to a camera and posting it in a private Facebook group between Ray and I, so I can go back and revisit it and rewatch these. I find just asking a few pointed questions and then just going with them really, really good for me, and then coming back to them later and seeing what I said and taking note of how I was feeling at that time. That's how I connect. We all connect differently, but that is my version of journaling. It is vlogging. Give your emotions a safe place to land. Nobody is judging you. Nobody is seeing this. Cry, laugh, and feel. Emotions are emotion, energy in motion. So even if it's uncomfortable at the time, even if you don't feel well at the time doing this, you're sad, you're crying, know that this is not a place that you're going to stay. It's a place you're visiting at the moment to get things out. It can be very, very healing. And then when you go back to them later, you're going to find that the trigger has been discharged. What had happened, what you had said, what you have written no longer holds that emotional charge over you. Or if it does, you get to revisit it then in a second sort of viewing and see where you've grown around this issue and this area, or what you just needed to get out. So release what's been sitting heavy in your chest and your heart, especially if we're dealing with grief or possibly traumatic events. You're going to need this safe space for yourself. You can set yourself up like this with a candle, your journal, maybe some incense, some essential oils, things that ground you, things that make you feel safe, a couple of crystals, and just be present with you, be there for you. As I said, free form write, and then revisit what you said, or free form speak and see what you said to yourself. It is very, very cool to be able to do that in this day and age. So write what you feel, not what you think you should feel. Be completely honest, open, raw. A lot of times when we talk to other people about what's going on, our issues and our traumas, we end up bleeding on other people, is the way I put it. And we don't mean to. We just need a sounding board. We need to get it out, and we don't know how. I would highly suggest, if you're in the state, to seek out a therapist that is good for you. But at other times when you don't have that available to you, you can actually do the work yourself and let it all out on paper. And just let those feelings flow, whatever it is. And if it's something, you write a whole bunch of things and it is laced with anger or vitriol and things that you just needed to get out and get off your chest, take that as another part of a ritual. Rip that up, burn it, bury it in your garden, and just let it go. Let everything spill out and release it, which is another part of a really cool ritual you can do for yourself. Allow truth to come through your own words. Nobody's going to see this. And as I said, I do a video blog in a private group between Ray and I. I know he doesn't watch them. Because he would come home and say, "Oh, I saw that thing you were talking about." He's never done that. So I know he doesn't watch them, which is hilarious. But I did that as a safe space. And I said to him one day jokingly, I said, someday if I'm dead, you might be interested in what I had to say about life. So it's there for you, right? So journaling is a doorway. When you write freely, you bypass the noise in the mind and access deeper layers of yourself with no judgment. There is medicine in seeing your own truth reflected back to you. There is wisdom that comes on the other side of that. So yeah, journaling is a very, very powerful tool to work things through, work things out. So what are we going to hold? And that is Sunday drives. So this is an interesting card because it's about creating gentle spaces away from your environment. So if you're going through, once again, grief or trauma, it is nice to get out and get away from yourself and get out and do things. I've always said my happiest place with Ray and I is driving and talking. And if I won the lottery tomorrow, we would get, one of those really nice Mercedes thingies that you can sleep in and just travel. I'd love to drive across Canada. I think that would be amazing. And just talk and be together. We absolutely love doing that. Let the movement soothe your nervous system. You can see in this picture here, they are driving by water. Ray and I did a lot of that after my family died. I find the salt air, the smell of the sea, very calming, very nurturing, which really, really helped the nervous system a whole lot. Ground, get to a beach, get to a park, someplace that you can park your feet into the ground. And let the movement of the car soothe you and help with that nervous system regulation. Allow the mind to wander without pressure. So, you're not talking the entire time you're going for a drive either. So let that daydreaming through the surface of the windshield, look at the birds, just allow yourself freedom. Allow yourself that time to actually reset, release, repair, and just some ways trick your mind into getting away from it all. Pair this time with music or silence, whatever feels right for you. Ray and I love 80s music, so we've got some 80s music on, new wave or 90s like hip hop stuff. That seems to be our thing. So we have that, and now when we go on longer drives, we actually listen to a lot of podcasts too. So that's another thing that we like doing. So give yourself permission to just be in the moment. Right after my brother died, Ray did not know really what to do with me. So he's like, get in the car. And I'm like, buddy, he's like, get in the car now. So we drove quite a distance and he just let me be. So we were around nature and back roads and the whole 9 yards, but there was that permission to cry when I needed to and to just be myself and just be. And that's a lot of times what we just need, that great big exhale, that permission to be a human being, to be rather than be a human doing. So just relax into you and let everything around you help soothe that nervous system. There's something sacred about driving with no destination, like no set plans. You end up where you end up. There's something beautiful about that. No agenda, you just go. Ray and I will do that. We'll get in the car and the car will take us where we go. I let Ray decide what we're doing, what direction, and then we just go. So, and the rhythm and the motion, the quiet, it creates spaces for emotion to move without being forced. So, if once again you have to be in the state of tears one moment and joy the next, then that's what it is, and you have permission to be who you need to be. So the messages for today: write what needs to be felt, move what needs to be released. Healing doesn't always come through effort. Sometimes it comes through space. Have a good day.